Hey guys, it's Victoria. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be trying the TikTok gel polish marble hack, and I'm also going to be testing the ModelOnes Magic Garden 8-piece thermal gel polish set. I accidentally wasn't recording while I did the unboxing. Here are the gel polishes. I just didn't hit the record button, so I don't have that footage for you. That's totally my bad. It just came super organized in an orange box that had the instruction manual and the gel polishes. But here on the website, you can see that it's just 8 thermal gel polishes that change colors depending on how hot or cold it is. It runs for about $21.99, but it's on sale for $19.99 at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and get into the footage where I show you guys the swatches and all that fun stuff. So here's what the bottles look like. They're super simple, just with the black and white, nice and sleek. And then you do have a slight peekaboo of the color inside, it looks like. These bottles are 0.24 fluid ounces, so it's a nice like medium-sized bottle. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these colors so that afterwards we know what kind of marble we want to do. The ones on the left are the color when it's cold, and the right is when it's hot. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the nails. I'm doing a really simple polygel set. I'm just gonna be using this McCart nude. It's called a Siesta. This is their 335 color from their nude polygel kit, just in a bigger size. So I'm going to skip the prepping portion of the video and just go straight into tips. These are the McCart XXL half cover French tips. I want to go ahead and trim the edges because I want to do a stiletto shape. So I just have some cuticle nippers here, and I'm just going to clip off the corners so that I have less filing to do. Okay, so I have them all shaped. This actually took way longer than it should have, so I'm glad I did it off camera. I have some slip solution, which is just 90% alcohol. A polygel brush. All the nails will be fully covered in this polygel. So I'm going to be doing my 2-bead method. I explained this method thoroughly in my how to build an apex video, but it's been a while since that video's come out, so I'm gonna go ahead and go through the 2-bead method really quick. So the 2-bead method is when you split up your application into 2 different beads. First you do the tip bead, which is what I have here. We're just using slip solution and patting motions to fit this to the shape of the tip, dragging it up, taking off any excess. And then with the bottom of this bead, we will drag it down. And then our second bead will be what creates our apex. It'll be what goes down to the cuticle, and it will connect to this tip bead. So I'm gonna go ahead and cure this. I'm doing about a 15-second cure just to freeze the product in place. So we're going to place our cuticle bead where the product stopped from our tip bead. We're not placing it all the way by the skin because we wanna make sure that it's nice and thin down there. So I'm patting this bead from side to side to make sure it reaches both of my side walls. And I recommend using patting motions for most of these steps. Once you have the product placed where you need it to go, then you can start doing swiping motions. Now we're going to go down on our cuticle, and I'm taking the bottom of the bead and dragging product down. As I pat, I pull my brush back towards me so that the product can reach the skin. And I'm just being super careful and pressing down at the very edge to keep it nice and thin. And I'm stopping right before it reaches my cuticle. I made really small movements so that I stay in control of the product and the product goes where I need it to. So now that that's all done, we're going to smooth the top end of this bead. We're not taking any product from the center because that's where the apex is. We are just going to simply connect the cuticle and the tip bead. Once you have that done, you can then start using some more slip solution and swiping motions. If your apex is too high and you don't want nails that thick, then you can pat it down to how small you want it to be. But when we're creating our apex, we really want to just get everything in place and then do all the customizing that you want. I think that's pretty good. It'll get smoothed and filed later, but I think that's thin enough for how long my nails are, and the apex is correctly placed right around where my natural nail stops. So it's super strong in the areas where it could possibly break at. So I'm gonna go ahead and cure this. And now it's getting a full minute cure. Time to do the same thing to the other ones. Now that I've explained the method to you, I'm gonna go ahead and do all of my tips at once and then cure them all together. The tips are super easy to do. I'm gonna go ahead and do the cuticles now. I personally don't recommend doing the cuticles all at once like you did with the tip beads. Now, the reason I say that is because polygel does tend to settle and move when it's just sitting for a while. It's usually not that big of a deal when it comes to the tip, but when it comes to doing the cuticle, when you smooth your bead down at the bottom and you make sure nothing's touching your skin, you don't want that to settle and move while you work on everything else, because if anything touches your skin, you could have lifting. So I think if you tried to do all your cuticles at once, it would just be a big mess. Okay, so here's what we're working with. I'm gonna go ahead and clean the sticky layer off of the nails with some alcohol. Now it's time to file. I've got my dust collector, an 80/80 grit hand file, and later on I will use this medium ceramic safety drill bit to file the surface of the nails with my e-file. Starting off with reshaping the nail, getting back that sharp stiletto shape. I could totally file these up with my hand file. Because of that 2-bead method, it's really easy to get smooth nails. They just need to be smoothed out a little bit with some type of file. So I'm personally using my e-file because it's quick and efficient. But with practice and with this method, you can easily file the nails without an e-file. For this, I'm first going to go around the cuticle area just to smooth that out. Make sure nothing's touching my skin. Then to debulk the nail, I'll use up and down motions. And then I'll use side to side motions to smooth out the nail. Okay, doing that same process to the rest of the nails. Time to buff. Okay, here's what we're working with. I'm just gonna go ahead and clean these up. Looking so cute. So these nails are ready for the design. Like I said earlier, I'm going to be trying that TikTok marble design with gel polish where you use a straw. So I think I'm going to go for a galaxy, kind of like the video that I showed you earlier, just because that's what these colors are reminding me of, the blues and the purples and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so the colors I'm going to be using are 1180, 0658, 1178 and 1179. I've got the little straw that I'm going to use. I've got a brush, palette, and some base coat. So the way this works, you're going to apply a layer of base coat. Then I will dot all of the gel polishes at the very top and then blow through the straw to move the product down, and it'll marble in the process. So I'm going to start by just putting down some product. And I love that these are thermal colors. I'm super excited to see what these will look like once they're hot and cold. This base coat is from ModelOnes, just one I had laying around. And I think with the base coat, it helps the gel polishes bloom better down the nail. I have a pretty decent sized glob on here. And drop it in there. I don't think I overlapped them enough, but we'll see. So I have my little straw right here. Let's go ahead and see what happens. So it's definitely working and moving around, but I have a couple of things. So I got a little too close to it and got some of the polish on here and messed it up a little bit. So I'm gonna start over. And also, I don't think I overlapped the colors enough, so I'm gonna do that. I'm not sure if it's too late to add stuff in. I don't see why that would be the case, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, so I think that's as good as it's gonna get. I am going to fill in the top really quick with darker blue because I'm not able to blow more product up there. Just going to wipe any excess off the sides and cure this. Okay, so now that it's cured, it looks more like, I'm not gonna say cotton candy, but more like just pastel rainbowy. And once it's colder, it turns more into that galaxy. So I'm not mad at that change. I actually think that's so cute, so versatile. So let's go ahead and do the other one. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I'm gonna cure this before I change my mind about liking it. And to bring out more of the purple tones in this look, I'm gonna paint the rest of the nails purple, because since I'm trying these out and doing a review, I also want to fully cover the nail to see how well they work. It's looking like it's giving me a little bit of an ombre. That's really cool. It's light on the bottom and darker on the top. So let me cure this. Okay, here's what they're looking like now. They're looking like a baby pink. I think it's looking so cute. I'm glad that I chose to do that purple color on the rest of the nails instead of doing this galaxy on the rest of the nails. I think the purple looks so cool because of my body heat. Where my natural nail is, it is a lot lighter, and then as you get to the tip, it gets darker because naturally it's just cooler up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and top coat these, cuticle oil them up, and I will also share my thoughts about these gel polishes. So as far as these gel polishes, I really like them. They were so fun to use. I love that some of them were just plain thermal colors, and then some of them had glitters, and the color choices are so cute. Like I said, it reminds me very much of just Space and Galaxy, but separately they're all just beautiful colors. They're really good quality as far as the color changing aspect of it. I have had some gel polishes in the past where they say they're color changing and it's not that big of a difference from one color to the other, but these, it's really nice. They were really smooth and creamy. I mean, I could tell that from when I was doing the blooming, but then when I did the purple color on the rest of my nails, that's how I knew that they were just really nice to use. But it looks really great. I absolutely love them. They're so fun. And of course, they will be linked in my description box just in case anyone is interested in them. This straw hack, it did definitely work. I just don't think it's very sanitary to do this on other people, but if you're doing your own manicure, definitely try this out. Just make sure you use a base coat underneath. And yeah, they came out super cute. I like them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.